Hello everyone, Mapivos Gaming. We are back with another Fire Emblem Heroes summon video. We are just getting started with the day at the moment of recording. So what we're going to do is go for all four of these beasts. I've got 430 orbs, so let's get it going. We're going to start off with Kaden. These targets are in the order of importance for me. I don't really care about Selkie or Keaton, but I do think Velouria and Kaden are going to be pretty great. So we're going to be summoning for greens and colorless first, most likely. So, as you guys know, may or may not know, I am running a giveaway once I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And I'm giving away this SNES Classic. Let's see if I can throw it up here. Getting a Jagan, perfect. There we go. We are giving away this bad boy. So all you have to do is sub to the channel if you like what you see, and tell me about your summons. I want to see what you guys got, if you got any good summons. So without further ado, let's keep going. So there we go. Come on, baby. Keaton, right now. Ooh, that's bad. That's super bad. Okay. These IVs are going to be really bad, I bet. I like to look at each of the IVs. Let's see if we get nothing. Okay, so that first circle was terrible. I like looking at the IVs just to check and see. Most of these have been pretty bad. I haven't gotten the summon tickets yet because I haven't done the forging bonds, but I definitely will do that after the stream. I think 430 should be lucky if I get all four. I'm not anticipating getting all four of them. Alright, come on. Sully. Terrible. I'm expecting a lot of bad pulls. I don't have that many orbs. I guess it's a little bit of orbs, but I don't have as many as Medikite. I think Medikite is actually going to do a summon session for Kaden. It was super endearing. I actually haven't played Fates, so it's super endearing to see her, you know, celebrate by having this character in the game. So we can talk a little bit about the characters and their skills. I think these skills are going to be really, really good, depending on where you use them. AR for sure. I think Ether Rage you're going to have a lot of utility. Arena maybe not, unless you're plus 10ing all of these units, which is on a 4-person banner not really going to happen, or very, you know, complicated to achieve. But yeah, I think as far as most interesting, Kaden has the most interesting, and basically what that is, it's a little confusing, but Legendary Azura and Erica, OG Erica, are Kaden's best friend, because of the fact that any buffs onto Kaden will reflect, any visible buffs on Kaden will reflect onto allies within 2 spaces as drives. So it's kind of complicated, but you definitely want to buff up Kaden, which is why he has a link skill, I believe, in order to give those out as drives. So by pairing Legendary Azura with Kaden, you're basically giving Legendary Azura whatever buff you have onto Kaden back onto your other units. So it's very beneficial to buff up Kaden as much as possible so that you can then reflect those buffs as drives, which apparently is very consistent with his character because he likes giving back to others. So sounds like a great unit. I'm very excited to have him and play with him, test him out in all of the different modes. He might be good with Abyssals. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm anticipating most of the hero battles that don't include abyssals, most of the lunatics, they're going to be pretty good for. So yeah, I'm very excited with Kaden. The only bad part, and depending on how you look at it, the only bad part about Kaden is that he's cavalry, so obviously Micaiah is going to just destroy him and can't move through trees. So if you have beast flyers, Kaden's not going to do too well as far as mobility. And I think that reflects accurately with Jamke's or Jamka, whatever his name is. His current revival, there's a lot of trees, so the mobility aspect is not going to be great. But we'll see. I like the fact that the cavalry has a debuff in their weapon, which is pretty cool. I guess kind of similar to Tharja's Hex. But I'm very excited to use him in practice because you don't have to. So here's why I like Kaden and I guess Selkie. Because of the cavalry movement, you get that 3 movement regardless of whether you're transformed or not. And that's why I think that's really important. Because flyers, you may, unless you run a dragon beast team, any dancer or anything you have, unless you're running Leanne and Rayson, are going to be very difficult to transform, which I think is going to be good only if you run those teams together. So I like the fact that Kaden has 3 movement regardless of whether he transforms. I think he's going to be very good just because of that fact. So very good support unit, and coupled with Erica, I think he's going to be really, really potent. So gosh, I'm getting 0 great pulls here. This is awful. No Nowie. I've got a +10 Nowie already. So I guess we can just move on to Velouria. I really like Velouria. First of all, her art is fantastic, looking like a Little Red Riding Hood. Tsubaki, no thank you. But her special, when she transforms, is great. Not her special, but her weapon is very, very cool. I love the fact that she basically gets its curtains type of buff right at the start of the match, and also shares that with her support partner. The great part about that is that they don't have to be S-rank supports for an ally support. All you have to do is support them. So if you're running different modes, if you're running other things that you might need to switch supports for, they only have to be C supports, which is pretty great. So I love the fact that you can swap them on the fly. They really don't take that much to even they don't take that much to level up their supports. But even if you want to mess around with it to test out who should be the best partner for Velouria, you can do that. And I think a couple of great candidates for Veloria's partner support or ally support is going to be, obviously, the one that stands out the most is Ophelia. That way you don't have to run a full mage team. I run a mage team in Arena Assault, I can show you, and it's all mages. It's Lewin +0, Ophelia +0, I think, Celica, which is just ridiculous. I put Brazen Attack Speed on her A slot, and then another Brazen Def Res, doesn't really matter, in the seal, and she just wrecks. And then my Pity Breaker +10 Gron Raven Inigo, performing arts Inigo. And that team does pretty well in Assault. You would think that with a lot of the DC users and a lot of the armors in the high tier 20 and 21 arenas, that they would one-shot them, but I think having a little bit of Savage Blow and then just playing it very smart with ploys and... Oh, no. Dang it. SM Erica. And she is plus attack minus speed. Plus attack minus speed. That was a very big pity, man. That stinks. That really, really stinks. Alright, let's maybe do this. That's better. Wow, that was really, really bad. I really don't think... I mean, come on, really? You're gonna do me like that? Anyway, so back to Ophelia. The only reason that works to get a turn 1 AoE special is because she runs a mage team with her allies. And now with Velouria, you only have to run her, Velouria, and one other mage, I believe. Is that right? Or no, because it's a slaying tome, so maybe just her and Velouria to get a turn 1. Anyway, that's very potent. I think that's really, really awesome. So, oh baby, we got her. Selkie, my girl. Lower on the list, but I'll take her. That's good. What are her IVs? Plus def, minus attack? That might be the worst IV set for her. Oh man. Watch, all of these are going to be minus attack. You really want speed on SM Erica. I don't know why. I think I already have one at plus attack, so it's probably going to be okay to just neutralize the boon, or the bane, or flaw, I guess now. But that's okay. At least we got Selkie. So let's talk about her. She's pretty interesting. Sabotage attack. I feel like a chill is better personally. Higher res -3, I believe, gives you, so higher res -3 and an adjacent ally on the foe, or adjacent foe, sorry, gets you -7 attack. I think that's very much way too conditional unless you're running Selkie and Aversa in Ether Raids to even matter. Oh baby, we got her. We got her. Yes. Velouria, support extraordinaire coming at ya. What's her IVs? No! Plus res minus attack? Oh my god, there's another minus attack. This is terrible. Unbelievable. Well, at least we got her. That's really all that matters. Man, I'm almost halfway done with these orbs. A little over half. That's terrible. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I got him. That was the goal. But geez, are these all going to be plus attack? This can't happen. You really want plus res on Selkie, and here's why. So we talked a little bit about sabotage attack. I don't personally like wave skills. She's got res wave, but it's too inconsistent for me to matter. It's great that it's a self buff, which helps her PRF weapon, but I don't think that it's that great of a skill because of, you know, if you're using waves and ether raids, pretty much, you know, the restriction of 7 turns is now 3. You basically have 3 turns to do any sort of damage and plan out everything. There's too much waste in a turn limited mode. Not a great skill to have. So I would actually probably replace her B skill. Sabotage attack feels very much too niche to use, but that's just me. But her PRF is really good as long as it's like a ploy check, but it's kind of, I guess, a reverse ploy. You get buffed if you've got you get buffed by half of whatever the difference in res stats between Selkie and her foe. So say Selkie has, you know, 40 res, right? She goes up against someone with 35 res. I think it rounds down. Let's just say 34. So she's got 30. The enemy has 34 res. She has 40 res. You're gonna get +3 to all stats, which is pretty insane. Her BST is okay. Her attack is a little low. Obviously, mine is going to be very low because she's minus attack. But adding all of those buffs as in-combat buffs against your enemy is going to be pretty potent, I think. So it'll be interesting to see how she plays. I don't know if she'll be at her best at +10 or if she's even usable at +0. She'll probably be usable I mean, most of them are usable at +0, but depends on what modes you're going to be playing in. So we'll have to see how in practice these great units are. So that's Selkie. I think we've got, anyway, verdict on Velouria. I think she's going to be really nice as a support unit. She's kind of a little bit tanky. I think she's going to be a pretty good support unit just for the fact that she's like a Quicken Pulse. So you could add a Quicken Pulse on Ophelia, drop another mage, and then partner her with Velouria and have a turn 1 AoE, which is pretty good. So yeah, I think Velouria and Kaden are probably the best. Keaton and Selkie are just a little bit too conditional for me, in my opinion. So let's, I guess, talk about Keaton real quick. So Keaton is an interesting one. He's kind of like Sword Reinhardt in that it's a brave weapon on both phases. You definitely could pair him with Velouria and do some cool doubles or quads with specials like Moonbows or you know, Quicken Pulse. You could run Gale Force on him. There's a lot of stuff you could run, but I think Keaton is a little bit too, I don't know. For me, I think it's nice to have that option of having a brave on both phases, but I'm not sure that it's really going to be all that great. I think Special Spiral, you need to keep that. Personally, I would say use him as a player phase. Death Blow, probably a good one. I'm probably going to build him Ignis Death Blow. He's kind of like a reverse Summer Xander. Or not Summer Xander, the other Xander. Hoshiden Summer Xander. In that his... Oh no, I guess he's just like that. 47-42 or 47-39 at neutral. No, that's wrong. Sorry. 50-39 attack def. And that's okay, I guess. It's high, but the other ones are very low. Speed and res 19-19. Which is very similar to Hoshiden Summer Xander, and you're doing physical melee damage, which is, you know, about the same. But the transformation bonus is great. You get a Wodow effect and 2 more attack, which is awesome. And I think just, oh hey, there we go, Kaden. Woo 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 woo. Okay, well, who is Kaden? He's, let's look at his IVs. God, look at the art. Plus def, no. Are you kidding? Another minus attack? Oh my gosh. That's going to happen. All of these are going to be minus attack. I'm going to want to maybe summon again to neutralize one of these guys. I mean, Velouria, her attack doesn't really matter since she's support. Selkie already kind of has low attack, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like Kaden I'm going to have to summon another time just to get rid of the attack bane. Gosh, these are terrible. We're just spinning the minus attack machine. This is awful. Alright, just wrapping Keaton back up. I would keep Special Spiral just for the fact that you use a brave weapon. So if you're going to maybe trigger Ignis or Moonbow during one of your chances are you're going to trigger it during combat, which means Special Spiral is most likely going to activate. So having a 4-turn, 3-turn, even 2-turn if you want to have 2 specials in one combat or one attack, I guess, that would be pretty bonkers. So it could be good. I mean, it could be great. I think Keaton is just a little bit too conditional also. So it kind of depends. Like everything in this game, it depends, right? Anyway, these pulls are really bad. At least I'm getting the units, but... Sorry again about the sound. I really would love to have the summoning sounds on. And then we could look at the voice acting too. Or listen to the voice acting. I can see sounds. But yeah, these beasts are very unique. I think running them with Raisin. Raisin is pretty. He's got a little bit better mixed bulk than Leanne does. And so having a 3-movement dancer with Kaden and Selkie are going to be really helpful because they're calves. If you've got, you know, forest terrain, Raisin is still a good dancer to have because he can, you know, neglect that terrain while keeping up with Kaden and Selkie, which I think is pretty helpful. And you could always run them with dragons too, because that activates the transformation as well. And I think that's a good idea to do, depending on your dragons. I mean, I have Naui. If you run Naui, 2 other beasts, and like Legendary Azura, that's a pretty potent team, depending on how you build your Naui. Honestly, anyone. So I was fortunate enough to get one of the New Year's. I think it was Hrid with Hone Attack 4. Oh no! Oh, Exalt Crom. What are his IVs? Oh, I didn't check his IVs. Let's just finish the circle. I need Chill Def, so that's good. I typically don't like to fodder off GHB units for really good fodder. Okay, sorry. I did not check those IVs there. Just because I think the Grails are too important at this point. So I would rather fodder 5 stars for really premium fodder than GHB units. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I like to pull for fodder, so it just kind of depends. And so I think he's the only one that has Chill Defense, I believe. So I haven't wanted to fodder him off, first of all, because he's a great unit. He's Crom, so he's effective against dragons. He's on Cavalry, so he's better than Roy and OG Crom and Marths, all of the Marths. And so I really, really like him. The Sealed Falchion on a Cavalry, it makes him just ridiculous. And I actually don't run him with Chill Defense, which kind of sounds a little anti-Crom. But anyway, now I can have someone with Chill Defense. Maybe some Flyers. Maybe chill someone with, well, that wouldn't be relevant. I was going to say Juicy Wave, someone with Juicy Wave, but I guess you could do the other Summer Lind weapon. Starfish. Starfish has Desperation, does melee damage, or physical damage. That would be good. So you have Desperation and a Chill Def in your weapon and B slot. So that might be a good idea. I don't really run Summer Lind, but I really like these beasts. These beasts are very, very cool. I think they're going to do very well for the game in general, just, you know, obviously for IS and their money, but I think they serve some very unique purposes to shift a little bit of the meta in the game, because a lot of these beasts, you can't let them attack you, which may be timed perfectly with Ether Raids, because that mode is not an enemy phase mode. I mean, it is depending on whether you run those types of units, but it just, with Tabarn having Sturdy Impact, no follow-ups, I think Nyla having Null C Disrupt is very disruptive in a good way. So it just, I don't know. I think they're gonna shake up the game a little bit, and you know, the one movement type that we don't have in beast form is armor. So I guess the dragon beasts are gonna be, I would bet, our armor, which I think is gonna be just ridiculous. I don't even know what their transformation buff is gonna be. Sacred Spear, if you follow him, did a really cool movement type buffs in beast form on the new beast units. So for melee, or for infantry beasts, you've got the Wodao effect and 2 attack. For cavalry beasts, you've got the attack and defense debuff -4 within 2 spaces, and I believe another attack +2. I think they all get plus attack. And then the beast flyers get another movement, which is just ridiculous. So I think they're really gonna affect the game in a positive way, depending on how they use their skills, which could be interesting. So yeah, I'm very excited for beast units. I am playing Radiant Dawn right now, and it's my first Fire Emblem game. I started with Heroes 2 years ago, and I just decided to pick up Radiant Dawn. I also got Awakening, which I know you Fire Emblem fans highly recommend against playing either of those 2 games as your first couple games. But I found a very cool discount on Amazon for Radiant Dawn, so I picked it up. I think Path of Radiance is really hard to find because it was GameCube, and it's like $160 or something, even now. So I decided to go with I didn't know at the time, the Path and the Radiance and the Radiant Dawn. I didn't really understand which one came first, so I thought I was buying, when I bought Radiant Dawn, the first of those Tellius games. And unfortunately that obviously was not the case. So the good thing is that the game is really, really hard, and that's why it's recommended not to play that one as your first Fire Emblem game. So I'm going through, I'm like part 3, halfway through that part, and I'm probably a little bit more than maybe right at halfway through the entire game. And for whatever reason, I didn't get Har, and yeah, I know, he's a flyer, he's a great unit. And for that game, very, very crucial to beat, you know, some of those maps. And I don't have him. So I'm playing through the game on hard mode. That's right. H-A-A-R-D. Because I don't have Har. And he probably would have made the game a lot easier. But the thing is, I love the game so much. The Wii graphics are so bad. It's so good. And I'm very, very, very excited to finish it because the Black Knight is coming and he's shown up, and I already got spoiled because of Heroes. Thank you, Heroes, for ruining that for me. But I kind of don't care because I love the game so much. I love Heroes, and I think that I'm very excited for Three Houses. I think if they were wanting to print more money, they could just remake all of these Fire Emblem games on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know why they're not doing that, to be quite honest. I think they should have remastered or just re-released. I would purchase a re-release, but like, I'm trying to, you know, borrow my brother's old... Oh, Sigurd, no! Dang it. That was a lot of orbs. That was a lot of orbs. I guess I should pull the rest. Man. Oh, crap. I didn't look at the IVs either. Oh well, I've got a Sigurd +5. I know, it's ridiculous. So that'll be +6 for him, which is pretty great. He's a really good unit. The more merges, obviously, the better, but he's a really great unit. Anyway, so I am very, very excited for Three Houses. I think having a Nintendo Switch Fire Emblem game, just having it be portable, but this generation, I feel like 3DS doesn't really count because it's kind of technically last generation, even though they still make games for it. But I'm trying Awakening. We'll see how it goes. I kind of want to finish one before the other, but I don't want to go and borrow Game Boy Advances. Oh, what? Another one? Another E-Crom? No kidding. Holy crap. Oh boy. That's good, I guess? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is a lot of Croms. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna fill these in after the fact, so just so you know. So anyway, I'm very stoked. I think having a generational Fire Emblem game, it doesn't look like a real Fire Emblem game from what I played. Obviously it looks a little different, but I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to have the roots of Fire Emblem. I think it'll be very, very pivotal to the progression of Fire Emblem in the future, and we'll have to see where it goes at this point. I think it'll be really awesome to play through all of these characters and then have them be in Heroes, because I am coming off of not playing any Fire Emblem games, and being a part of one for... So I think we're just going to try one more time. I really, really, really want Keaton. I don't want to spend any more orbs, but we'll see. Probably be another Chrome. Oh, hey! There we go! Keaton, my boy. You're here. Okay, is he going to be minus attack? Oh my god, he's minus attack. Wow. Well, that just takes the cake. Unreal. Unreal. Let's do one more summon for I guess the rest of the... That is just so bad. How do you get that? What luck, man. That is terrible. Alright, well, I think we're going to be done here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing. I will be giving away a Super Nintendo Classic with the Zelda chess set once we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, thank you very much for joining me. I hope you had a good time talking about Fire Emblem, talking about Heroes, all that great stuff. So we will do some more Fire Emblem content. I know I've done a lot of Dragalia, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming. We're going to pull this last green and see if it's another Kaden. Another minus attack Kaden. Oh boy, here we go. Kaden. Kobe. Oh no, it's Baruka. Alright, well, that's it for me. Thank you very much for coming. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.